All right, this is gonna be a little different. This video is a little different. But as you may or may not know, depending on if you watch my previous videos or not, your boy is unemployed. I don't have money coming in. I don't have a 9 to 5 job. I don't have that boss harping down on me, looking at me like, oh, this is when you can take your lunch. This is when you could take a shit. This is when you can do this. This is when you can do that. I don't have that anymore. I have the freedom to do whatever I want. I have the freedom to make money whenever I want. I can go and leave and do whatever I want at any point in time without having that authority figure to say anything. But with that, there's also cons as well. The number one con, I have no consistency in funds coming in. So the purpose of this video, as you can see by the title, I quit my job to become a millionaire. And it might seem counterintuitive, like how am I gonna do that? So let me touch on my story a little bit and then show you the path on how I'm gonna get to the millionaire status, because I know I'm going to do that. In my mind, it's already happened, but I'm gonna explain to you how I'm gonna do that. So I believe the only way to become wealthy, the only way to become rich financially, is to do your own thing, meaning either have your own business, have your own service, or just selling a product. I believe those are the only ways, those are the only ways you can really become wealthy. You never become wealthy just clocking in, reporting to your manager, Tom, at 9 a.m., and then clocking out at 5 p.m. I don't think you'll ever become rich that way. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that's the way to get to where I'm trying to go, at least. Like, that might be cool for like your average ordinary person, but for me, my aspirations are a lot higher than that. Let me stop it right here real quick. At the end of this video, I'm going to go over some like how-to on what you should do to become wealthy, on what you should do to, if you're considering quitting your job or just have a passion that you want to pursue. I'm going to touch on that, so just stay tuned. I'm just going to go over my story first, and then at the end of the video, I'll touch on the things I believe you should do as a viewer. And I know everything is not about money, everything is not materialistic, everything is not what you have financially, but my goal and my aim in life is to change my family's trajectory. And in order for me to do that, I have to do things my family members have never done, and that's to become wealthy, become a millionaire. Like throughout my whole life, family came from Dominican Republic, and they're hard workers. They do what they got to do, but it's just enough to get by. It's just enough to feed the family. It's middle class. It's not high end. Like, it's not paycheck to paycheck, but it's also not living like crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I want to get to the point where we're living crazy. I want to change my family's direction and where we're going. I want to be the first millionaire in my family. That's my goal. And it's not all about money, but in this case, it is, for me at least. Going back to like why I'm quitting my job to do this. And I'm gonna let you know, touch on what I'm actually gonna do to become a millionaire. So let's first touch on why I'm quitting my job. As I mentioned before, you're never gonna become rich working for the man. And I hated that mundane routine of just doing the same thing every day. And I'm gonna link a video in the description on more detail on the reason why I left the job. I highlight literally everything. And I made this video while I was still working there, and just touch on the things that I fucking hated about corporate America, and just staring at a screen all day, just doing fucking admin work. I fucking hated it. Link in the description. Check that video out. So leads me to my next point. So the reasons why I quit: hated it, not gonna become a millionaire, and I just felt stuck. I felt like I was just not living the life I was meant to be living. So that led me to quit. So what is my plan? What am I going to do to reach that status that I'm talking about? To you, the viewer, how you're gonna become this millionaire? Why is quitting your job going to make you a millionaire, because that might seem counterintuitive. Like it may seem like you need a job to become rich, but it's the other way around. And I wanted to get out that mindset. So I just took the leap of faith. I'm an all or nothing person. I go 110% on what I want, and I lock in 20/20 vision on whatever the thing I want to do is. So that's why I quit. And what am I going to do to actually become wealthy, actually become rich? And that is to day trade stocks primarily. So rewinding a little bit, why I got into finance, because that's what I was doing before. That was my corporate job, working in finance. I was working for a financial advisor. I was a service associate, so handling all the service bullshit the advisor needs. So I was just doing that. Hated that path because financial advisors don't really do anything in regards to actually trading in the client's account. It's just relationship building. So I was like, nah, let me get the fuck up out of here and do my own thing. So the reason I got into finance in the first place, I was actually I was in a fraternity at my school. I went to UConn, was at a fraternity there, and the process of joining the fraternity is, they're called rush events. So that's when you go socialize, talk, see if the fraternity is a thing that you should do or not. And while there, I was talking with this other kid who was also trying to join, and he was showing me like what he did on the side, and I was interested. I was like what is trading? What is, like, how are you making money with your money just by looking at a computer screen for 20-30 minutes? Like, how is that possible? I was so interested in like the aspect of, I could literally click a button, look at the trends on the chart, and I can either make money doing it or lose money. That's the thing that scares people with trading, is the aspect that you can lose money. And just with investing in general, like, you can lose money, obviously. But that's what scares a lot of people. That's why they don't like to invest. That's why they want to say that traditional route. And whether it's trading or whether it's real estate investing, just any sort of investing is the only way you're going to become rich. No matter what you're investing in, there's different methods and different ways you can become rich. But I believe investing is one of the best ways to become wealthy. But when you invest, you also have risk of your capital, risk of the money that you're putting up. So that's why it scares a lot of people. So after speaking with this kid, he showed me his account, like, oh, I made X amount of money. I made thousands of dollars in like a couple of weeks. Like, he was making money at like 19 years old, because meanwhile he was a freshman as well. And I'm like, yo, he's making thousands of dollars. Why are you even in college? Like, why'd you come to college? That was in my mind. But he was doing trading as like something to just support like his business, and he was going to college for something else. So trading was just one method he used to have income, but he wanted to do something else, like, was his primary thing. So that's why he went to school. So it made sense. So that just opened Pandora's box when I saw that you can make so much money just looking at lines on a screen, looking at charts, looking at things on the screen. So I just took a deep dive into what it entails to be a technical analysis, and just pretty much looking at charts and doing those things. So I'm at college, I'm in school, and I go through the finance courses, and I'm like, yo, all the finance things that I'm learning do not pertain to actual trading. So I was like, I gotta like YouTube my own shit then, because like I'm not learning the shit I want to learn in order to trade. So I stumbled upon this YouTuber, Ricky Gutierrez, and I watched him day trade, live trade every single day. And back then, so that was like 6-7 years ago when I first got put onto him. Every single day, took his course, did all his shit, and I took the leap and started trading on my own while I was in college. And meanwhile, I didn't have money. Like, I was using money from my mom. She'd give me money for food and shit, and I would use that money to then trade, and that's not the smartest thing. Like, don't use money that you need. Like, it should be your supplemental income, or just money, like discretionary income, just money that you're willing to lose. I wasn't doing that. I was using money that I needed. I was trading to fund like my expenses, which is like the dumbest thing you can do, but I was making money, and it was crazy. I remember one time, and this is when I started trading options, like buying calls, puts, all that good stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you could just a quick Google search and you'll be able to figure it out. But I remember I was one time in this nutrition class, and I was trading. I forgot what it was prior to an earnings report, and I don't do that now because I don't like to trade before any news, any earnings. But my largest day while I was in school, I made about like $2,300 in class within like 15 minutes. Biggest amount of money I've ever made in one sitting, no matter what it was. Like, I literally made that in like 20 minutes because the earnings report shot up. And it was more so, that instance was luck. That was purely luck. I just got on the better side of that was pretty much a gamble. And that's not how it's always going to be. I 100% gambled on that. I bought a call. The news was good. Earnings was good. Price went up. All right. That's not the way to trade. That's not the way you're going to be consistent. That is not how I am going to become rich. So that, just knowing that the possibilities of how much money you can make simply by in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just changed my whole life, changed my whole perspective. Like, you have people that are slaving like hours, working like 60, 70, 80-hour weeks. And I made more money in 10 minutes than they did in like a week or two worth of working. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So finished college, all that. And yeah, I got that traditional job out of school. And I was like, yo, this is not it. Like, this is not it. Like, I had even though I was working in finance, I wasn't doing what I wanted to do because finance is so broad. I was like, nah, fuck that. I got to get back to the charts, man. So my recent job, I quit because I didn't have time to look at the charts how I wanted to, because I like to day trade. I don't really like swing trading. Swing trading meaning you buy and hold, or you trade over several days, weeks, even months. So that I don't really like that method. I do it, but I don't really like that method. So it forced me to quit my job because I didn't have time to look at the charts how I would like to. So from 9:30 or 9, and the market opens 9:30, pre-market 9. So like between like 8:30 Eastern to about 11, I want to be fully locked in on the screen, make my money. That's when I'm gonna make my money. I buy, I short, I'm in, I'm out. That's how I like to trade, in and out. And so much money can be made. And the biggest thing for me, and the biggest thing for any trader, is the consistency aspect. Like, people can get lucky, they can make money here, make money there, but the thing is, people get emotional. They get emotional. Because money is on the line, so you get emotional. You're feeling get into it, and you either overtrade or you simply make bad decisions because, say, you lost on your previous trade, so you're now like, I gotta get it back somehow. So that's the biggest thing that holds a lot of people back, and why I don't know what the percentage is, but like most people fail while trading. I think it's like 90% of traders fail. So for me, I view the charts as objectively as possible. And if you watch some of my previous videos, like, I'm into like the spirituality of just life and how just things work, and just viewing things from a outside POV, and it kind of connects with this trading stuff. I'm like, yo, this goes hand in hand. This like observation of your thoughts, observation of your mind, observation of yourself goes hand in hand with the trading that I'm doing. So it's crazy, but like, the more I learn about spirituality, the more I learn about just how the mind works, the better at trading I get. Like trading, it's easy to trade. All you have to do is hit a button. You either buy or you sell. That's pretty much the essence of trading. But where most people fail is their mindset is too emotional. You have to take a step back and look at it, the charts as is, because the charts don't owe you anything. They don't owe you shit. Like whatever happens on the screen happens on the screen. Like you make your money where you make your money. The charts don't give a fuck if you're in a you're going long or what. They don't give a fuck. Like the charts are gonna do what they must. So you set your stops, take your money, take your profit where you may. So that's kind of the story of why I got into trading. Like there's so much money that can be made just by looking at the screen. So how am I going to change my family's life? How am I going to become rich? How am I going to become a millionaire and like change the trajectory of where I'm going, where my family's going? So I'm going to take trading, I guess you would say, full time, which goes against all the advice you would hear. Like if you ever look up videos like, should I quit my job to trade? Most people are like, don't quit your job, because you need some sort of income coming in to supplement like the trading money that you're making. But your trading money shouldn't be like your main source, especially if you're a beginner or if you're in the early stages. I wouldn't consider myself a beginner anymore because I've been consistent. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. It's just the capital I'm trading with is not. I have to take that next level now. This is like I'm consistent. It's just I'm only making like $70-$80 like per trade, which is good. Like you're making money. And I set my stops at reasonably well. Like the most I'll lose on a trade, I try to do like a 4-to-1 or 1-to-4 risk to reward. So if I'm risking $25, my reward is $100. So like the max I'll cap myself at on a loss is 25. The max, not max, but like I'll take my profit at 100. So that's essentially what a 1-to-4 is. 1-to-3 as well. So I'm going to take that 110%. I'm going to go full steam ahead against what all other people are saying, because my thing is I'm going to learn everything that I need to. But the question you may be asking is, how am I going to fund the trading? How am I going to, like, what am I doing on the side? Like, I need to do something on the side. I can't 100% lock in on trading, especially because I don't have the capital yet. Like making that $80, $70 per trade, like is not going to pay the bills. So I hate that I'm doing this, but I've been door dashing and doing like those side gig jobs or driving gig jobs where I'm making money. And I'm doing that as opposed to working a traditional job because it allows me to be able to look at the market when I want to look at the market and look at the screens when I want to, as opposed to me like being in an office, like working with clients, dealing with people, and I can't even look at the screen. I can't look at what I want to look at. So I'm going to do that, the door dashing, like at night or just even lunchtime. And I could do that anytime I want. I don't have to, like, I'm not under someone's strings. Like I can literally door dash whenever I want. And it's just crazy because I was making a good amount of money doing this corporate stuff, man. And most people would be like, why are you quitting your job? You're making like $90K. Like it's decent, or I think it's better. I don't know. $90K in New York. It's decent. Most people would be so grateful for that. And I was grateful for that, but there's more to my life than just like doing something I hate. That's my big thing, is doing something that you love every day. And I love to trade, and I love to have the freedom to do whatever I want. Like that's why I feel like we're put on this earth, to enjoy the things that we enjoy and do the things that we want to do. Like that's what freedom is to me. Freedom isn't to me doing the shitty job that you fucking despise and you can't and Mondays like you fucking hate. I love Mondays now that I trade. Mondays are my favorite day. Like Sunday night, I'm like, yo, I can't wait till the market opens. Like Fridays, I'm like, fuck, like it's Saturday and Sunday now. Like I can't like trade, man. And I'm only gonna stay with stocks. I'm not gonna trade anything else. I'm gonna keep it simple. So with all that, kind of went over my story and my plan of action. So with this channel, I'm gonna dive more into the financial trading aspect of things and kind of take you on my journey. I'm gonna do some challenges where say I grow my account from X amount to $10,000, X amount to $50,000, X amount to $100,000. Like the goals and dreams I have are limitless. It's so limitless, especially with trading, because I love to look at the charts. Like I love doing that, and I think it's for me, and this is for me. So I sort of have a plan, but when I quit my job, I didn't really have a plan. So like the past couple months, I've been like, scrambling, kind of trying to figure it out. But I think I kind of figured it out now. So I'll do the door dashing. I'll do jobs, even though I don't want to do it, I kind of have to do it. I'll do jobs where I don't have to. Well, I'll still have that availability from around like 8:30 to 11 to like pretty much do what I want. And that's primarily when I like to trade. I don't like to trade after 11. Like I still look at the charts, all that. But after a certain point, like it's just consolidation, like pretty much trading sideways, not as volatile as I would like it as when the market opens. So I will do that. But going forward with this channel, that's the big thing here. Going forward with this channel, I'm going to talk more about my financial journey and my progression to becoming that millionaire. So I'm going to give you some practical tips. You probably clicked on this video and like, is this guy going to provide me any tips or tricks? Like what is this guy really teaching me? So now we're at the part of the video, right, where I explain what you should do career-wise, how you can become wealthy, how you can become rich and change your family's life if that's what you want to do. And I would say a tip for me, I'm just going based off what I did. Take the leap, just do it. Like don't think 1,000 steps ahead, whether it's you want to trade like myself, you have a passion for art, you want to be a personal trainer, you want to take an untraditional path. I would just say take the leap and then figure out as you go, and just maybe have a little income just so you can like pay for some things, or maybe you can do things like DoorDash or like those side gigs where you can make some income while you're actually pursuing your dream. But if your job you fucking despise, and I don't think you're going to become rich just doing that job. Like realistically, even if you're making like decent bread, you're not going to become rich unless you invest your money. So I would say take the leap. The only way you're going to take the island, you got to burn the ships. That's my mindset. It's probably not the best advice, but it's the advice that if you're a person that goes 110% at something, I believe you should quit that job that you hate, pursue your dream, pursue your passion, and whatever that passion is, you can make it like a monetary. You can make money from it. You just got to figure out how. And tip number 2, if you're going to quit your job, just know to pursue your whatever your dream is, just know you're going to have to work way more at your dream than you probably were doing at your traditional job. The only difference is you're actually doing something that you enjoy, so you don't mind putting the 12-hour days, you don't mind doing the extra work because you actually enjoy the journey, you actually enjoy that path, you enjoy the things that you're doing to get to the eventual goal that you want to hit. And it's so different from like when you actually enjoy doing something, you don't mind the hard, because the hard doesn't matter to you because you're like, this is what I want to do, this is my passion. Like if you're an artist, like you might put in hours on a painting, but like once you're done, Like you're like, oh, this is what I did. Like you just have that fulfillment of just like, I did this. Like, and then if you sell that piece of art and make money from it, you're like, yo, I created this thing and I sold it, even though it might not be as much as you were making at your job. It's still like, it's just that process going from start to finish. You're seeing the whole process and you're making some money from it. So do that, and then just know you just gotta trust the process, man. Like it's gonna be a hard, difficult journey if you're trying to pursue something that's not the traditional thing that your mom and dad want you to do. Like especially if you're young, just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. Like go 100%. Like because time, you don't get time back. That's my biggest thing. Like being around like just people and just people are miserable at their jobs, and I'm like, it's not gonna be me. Like time we don't get back. Time is so valuable. I'm 27. Like I think about this every day. Time is the one thing that we never get back, no matter how rich, how wealthy. You don't get that back. So go full steam ahead at what you want to do, and you'll figure out how you'll make money from it. And just maybe have some slight backup plan. Not, I don't even know. I don't even know because like when you have a plan B, you don't go 100. You don't go 100% in plan A. Like maybe have something where you could kind of make money. Like you need, or just save enough money at your current job, and then one day just be like, fuck it, I got enough money to cover my expenses for a year. I got enough money to cover my expenses for 6 months, and then go full steam ahead. But you're never, the main message of this whole video is you're never going to be rich simply working for someone else and making someone else's dream come true. So if you're putting 40-hour weeks, 80-hour weeks even, to make another person's dream come true, then you can put a couple hours a day to make your dream come true. Like why am I going to make so-and-so's dream a reality when I'm only here for a limited amount of time on this earth? And why am I not going to go full steam ahead at what my dreams, aspirations, and goals are? So I'll leave y'all with that, and I'll keep y'all updated on the journey, and then leave a comment below if you have anything you want to say, and any tips for me. And well, we took the leap, man. So I'll keep you guys updated. Peace.